Hello, my name is Petr, and I am from the Open Microscopy Environment group based in Dundee. I would like to tell you today what Open Microscopy Environment is, what is OMERO, how does OMERO interact with ImageJ. So our project has been around for more or less 15 years. We are an open source, grant-funded project, and we formed an international consortium of software development sites which encompass America as well as Europe labs and developers. You are all familiar with the standard paradigm of the biological image analysis, which goes more or less like this. You have data, you analyze them using some application, and then the results are going for your benefit. This linear workflow is absolutely okay. It worked for decades, and it's probably a thing which would be a default for everyone. We are asking ourselves how would we cope with new challenges like ever-growing size of the data. I don't mean now the size in gigabytes, but rather the complexity of and heterogeneity of the new data, and other challenges like the pressure to publish data and cooperate with other scientists. So that the paradigm, and this was noticed quite a while ago, should go 2005 here, if you could see it, in a publication. The reality of the scientific life looks more or less like this, and Open Microscopy Environment is actually trying to be something in the middle, a platform, a hub, which connects parts and participants which were originally not meant to communicate with each other. So what do? We have, and what are we actually technically? We have three main parts. The OME data model, which is a set of specifications. These are rules dictating how mainly the metadata should be written into an image file. From this data model, our own image format is being developed, but mainly the library of readers, bioformats, which I'm sure you all are familiar with, and with which were spoken about by Melissa nicely yesterday. I will now concentrate on a third important part of the OME, and this is OMERO, which is an image management software. OMERO is a platform, a software which stores your images on a server. So it's a server client application. The server is accessed using internet from the client applications, and the data on the server are stored, uploaded together with the metadata in the images, and the other advantage of having such arrangement is that you can easily cooperate with your colleagues, and you can easily publish your data very quickly. Furthermore, the OMERO is actually extensible on every layer of the cake, so to say, so that on every diagram where you have the red puzzle piece, you can write plugins. Plugins is probably too easily said, but let's say extensions, scripts, which are further extending the application. So for example, on the metadata side, we are having now a project where we are taking care of a lot of high throughput screening data, and the associated metadata are being uploaded using our own script, does the extension, and then a cooperation is being planned with using Cell Profiler to digest and analyze all those data with the complicated metadata. I can go further into the details of the extensions later. The important point is that you are not limited to one language to write such extensions. You can do it in Python, you can do it in Java, you can do it in C++, MATLAB. How does OMERO interact with ImageJ? Some of you were yesterday at the workshop. Suppose I have here an image open in ImageJ on the left-hand side, and I use simple thresholding and analyze particle function of ImageJ. This creates fair amount of regions, let's say in the thousands, and the appropriate results table. And our plugin for ImageJ, OMERO plugin for ImageJ, enables you with 2 clicks now to import the image with the associated regions of interest and the results into OMERO server. What is the benefit of that? Well, first of all, the results and the ROIs are now bound to the image in OMERO. They will never get lost. And you can immediately, using OMERO Web, show the image to the world, or just simply to your boss using other means I will not go into now, which OMERO will help you with. What is the future of the OMERO and ImageJ integration? We don't want to stop there. So first of all, this comes back again to the extensibility I was mentioning before. We are working on a utility package which we call Java Gateway, which basically enables developers to interact easier with our Java API. And from that comes further step. We will develop a range of lightweight reusable UI components, which, for example, a tree viewer, which you can use to browse your data on OMERO server, which can be digested by, let's say, ImageJ plugins, but also, of course, by other means. And last but not least, the ImageJ and server-side integration effort, which was started by Curtis. And what is it about? Basically, the ImageJ plugins are sitting directly on the OMERO server and are being let loose on the data. Straight away the data are with obvious benefit that you don't have to move data across the wire. As I said, we are a grant-funded project, and thank you then to our grant, to our funders. And the work I was presenting here has been an effort of many people in many labs. This is the consortium I was mentioning on the second slide. And I would thank you very much for your attention and take questions if any.